So chapter 7, termination of employment. In this section, we describe our procedure regarding resignation and termination of employment. Okay. So okay, this is like people come and go in every organization, so it is expected. It is expected. So although we want everybody to be here like forever, to be married to the company, however, just like every other business, people come and people go. Okay, so number one, you resign when you formally inform the CEO that you will stop working for our company through the formal resignation letter. Okay, you write a resignation letter, or you send an email that you are resigning from your position. You are resigning from your position. Okay, job abandonment. What is job abandonment? You are considered to resign if you do not come to work for 14 consecutive days without notice or permission. Nobody sees you. Okay, you did not tell anybody anything. All right, you just vacate. So that means that the company will after 14 days, the company will terminate your contract. Assume that you abandon your job. Number 3, your contract will automatically terminate upon expiration date. If you are a contract employee, remember, normally every person usually starts with contracts. Okay, so in the labor law, for example, most companies, like as a companies will tend to be like giving people contracts like 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. Okay, so it's like after 3 months, if the company is satisfied with your work, they extend your contract, knowing that after the end of that contract you are going to leave. But then if they are still satisfied with your work, they extend your contract. So that's what happens. So most companies, but the labor law states that you cannot be giving people contract for more than 1 year. All right, so after 1 year they have to be permanent employees. No more contract. They have to be permanent. Means that they will be there forever unless they want to resign or they are sacked. There is nothing like 3 months. After 3 months your contract will expire, so if we are satisfied, we so yeah, so at Jollof Events, so we will be giving you 3 months contract or 6 months contracts for your first year. Okay, then every time we are satisfied with your work, we renew your contract until after 1 year. Then we turn your contract into a permanent contract. So it's basically everyone has to pass through the contract phase. So your contract will automatically terminate upon expiration day. If it's a 3 months contract, like if you start in January and it's a 3-month contract, your contract will terminate in March 31st. Okay, so that means that March 31st, your contract will end and then you leave the company. However, if the company wants you to continue, probably around March 14th, the company will notice you that your contract will be expiring in the end of the month, but we want to renew it. We want to renew it so that you can have an extra 3 months. Okay, that will take you to June. Then after June, if you want to renew it, we will do the same until December. Then after December, if you want to renew it, we will give you an indefinite contract, meaning a permanent contract. All right, so number 4, your contract can be extended at any time subject to mutual agreement between you and the company. All right, I've already spoken about it. Your contract may be terminated summarily without notice for serious misconduct. All right, there are certain serious misconducts. Probably we'll talk about it in the Jollof Events workplace policies. Like if you violate workplace policies, like if you harass somebody, like sexual violence and all this stuff, or you steal money and you are so all this stuff these are like which are serious misconduct. Right, the notice period for termination of employment or resignation for indefinite employees is 14 days. All right, so for indefinite employees, they are given 14 days notice that okay, if Modu, for example, if I want to sack Modu, I will say, Modu, you are sacked. But it does not mean like you are sacked, don't go home to work tomorrow. The company will tell you 14 days so that you can prepare, probably look for another job somewhere, or like, plan for life without Jollof Events. All right, and the same thing should be happening when you want to resign. You don't just come and say I'm resigning tomorrow. You should notice the company 14 days prior, okay, so that the company can prepare for life without you. All right, you cannot just say I'm resigning tomorrow, or you don't show up, you continue like that, And for that, like number 7 here, the company shall complete all payments owed to you upon premature termination of your contract and vice versa. Okay, so for example, if the company says, that you are sacked, don't come to work tomorrow, for example, the company should pay you 14 days, okay, of your next 14 days, even if you don't come to work tomorrow, and vice versa as well. So if you come and say, I'm resigning tomorrow, you should pay the company, okay, 14 days of your salary. Like, for example, if the company is sacking me, for example, like if the company sacks me, they say, Mukhtar, don't come to work tomorrow. So that means that my daily salary is like $800, right? So that means that my daily salary, 800, let me put on the calculator, 800 times 14. That is 11,200. The company should be paying me 11,200. All right. But if, like, for example, the company says that after 14 days I can leave, that means that, like, the company will pay me my normal salary, and after that they will no longer pay for me. All right. So in the labor law, there are a lot of things you have to know. There is also what is called severance, which is one of the most important terms in labor. All right, like, it is not mostly used here because many employees don't know about their rights. That's the key thing here in the Gambia. Because, like, if your company sacks you, yeah, they have to pay you like 1 month. If you are an indefinite employee, like if the company sacks you, that means that you will be paid like 2 months, 3 months, sometimes 6 months worth of salary. Okay, depending on how long you have been serving that company and your position as well. That is called severance pay. Okay, if the unless you are terminated for, like, I'm going into labor law, like too much labor laws, like you can go and read about the labor laws. But severance is a very key term. If I'm an employee and my company release me for whatever reason, they should pay me severance. Severance means like 3 months of salary and so much more. At the time of termination, you shall return all company properties, okay, including computers, cell phones. Here we give sometimes some employees like phones, laptops, and stuff, and gadgets, and chair, whatever that you are given by the company, and it is the property of the company, you should return upon the termination of your employment. Termination means you resign, or the company sacks you, or your contract has ended. All right. You shall also reimburse or repay the company for any lost or damaged property in an equal amount to the market price, or such price of such property. Okay, so sometimes you resign, okay, and you are having Jollof Events phone, and then it is lost. Okay, we ask you, where is the phone? You say, I don't see it, it's lost, blah blah, and you should pay for it. All right, or you have an arrears with the company of certain thing, you should pay for it. All right, so that's how it works. Okay, you should return all company equipment. If you do not have it, or if it's broken, you pay for it. All right, and the same way, if the company owes you anything, the company pays you whatever they are supposed to pay you. So it's vice versa. All right. So probationary period. What is probationary period? This is the time when the company checks. Most of the time, your first year of employment is like probationary. That's when the company, assesses you to see if you are fit. Because, indefinite contracts. In the Gambia here, we are very lean on indefinite. But indefinite contract means you are married to the company. So the company is like, it is, for example, probationary period, you are just dating with the person. Okay, during the probationary period. So when you are dating with the person, you can, like, end the relationship without any much consequences. You can just, every day people are breaking up. Okay, so, but it's different form of divorce. Divorce means you are breaking up with someone you were married to. Right, and there are a lot of consequences. Probably you have invested a lot during the wedding, and you have, like, you have a lot of opportunity because you left so many people, and then you gave your life to somebody else, and then you have to end that. So the consequences of divorce is more than the consequences of breakup, like dating breakups. So probationary period, you are just dating with the employee, and then it means, like, you can just get to different parts without much consequences. All right. So at Jollof Events, your first employment contract will be a probationary contract. Okay, it is the period where we evaluate your suitability for the job and the company. Okay, during the probationary period, the company as well as you can terminate the employment anytime without any advance notice. All right. Forget about this 14 days of notice, blah blah, XYZ. So your probationary contract, you can just leave tomorrow, nothing. The company can sack you today, and nothing. They will just pay you from when you started all the way to today. Nothing like they pay you like 14 days of blah blah. So probationary period is very important to notice that it is a period wherein you don't like wherein you don't respect, you don't what is the word to use here again? You don't consider here that much the information here, right? So that is probationary period. So duration of, there are different probationary periods for different types of staff, like skilled and semi-skilled employees. Okay, this includes employees with post-secondary school diplomas and those who possess special skills such as administrative assistants, designers, and drivers. Okay, so for the probationary periods for skilled and semi-skilled employees, 6 months. Okay, during the 6 months of your employment, first 6 months of your employment is probationary. Okay, at Jollof Events. That means that you can leave at any time without any consequences. All right. So, and for 6 months of while you are working for the company. For unskilled employees, this includes functions like with little or no formal education and training, such as like cleaners and some certain support staff. All right. For them, their probationary periods is like 3 months. All right. After 3 months, you become a full-time, no probation. Okay, imagine, for example, I give you a 3 months contract. If I give you a 3 months contract, all right, that means that I should be continue paying you for 3 months, whether I sack you in the first month or in the second month, or whether you left. You understand what I'm saying here? It's like if I give you a 3 months contract, okay, that means that I should be paying you for 3 months. If you do your job like you are supposed to do, you did not mess up anywhere. Okay, you did not do any serious misconduct. All right, so that means that the company, if your let's say your payment is 10,000 per month, for example, the company should pay you, like, during the course of those 3 months, 30,000. All right, whether the company decides to let you go during the first month, the second month, or you completed your 3 months altogether, the company should be paying you 30,000. All right, but if you are on a probationary period and it is a 3 months contract and the company sacked you during the first month, that means that the company will not pay you the remaining months because it is a probationary contract. That's why it says here, during the probationary period, the company as well as you can terminate the employment at any time without advance notice. Okay, so maybe after because at Jollof it's automatic. Your first let's say your first 6 months, which is, if we give you a 6 months contract, all right, 6 months contract, that means that during those 6 months, okay, 6 months contract means like 60,000 if you are paid 10,000 a year. All right, so a year, a month, sorry. So 6 months is 6,000. All right, you are not going to say if the company sacks you for like during the 4th month, then the company will be paying you let's say 40,000 instead of 60,000, because you are in a probationary period. So the company can sack you at any time without any. But if it's not a probationary period, let's say your next contract, okay, let's say after your 6 months, the company extends 3 months contract for you. All right, so those 3 months contract is worth $30,000. If the company sacks you in the 2nd month, they pay you 30,000 altogether. Okay, the company will not pay you 20,000 for those 2 months. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying here, but that is how it works. All right, so probationary period means you can leave the company without any consequence, and the company can dismiss you without any consequence as well. So without any consequence means salary, not like when you hold the company assets, or when you break the company stuff, or that means that those things you have to pay for them. But apart from that, when it comes to payment of salaries, there is no consequence during probationary period. Right? So and also is the another way around as well. If you have a 3 months contract with the company and you did not end that 3 month contract, you have to pay the company the remaining months. Okay, let's say you have a 3 months contract and it is not a probationary contract. Okay, and then you decided to leave in the second month. That means that you need to give the company 10. You need to pay, if your salary is 10,000, you need to pay the company 10,000 for the remaining month. You pay the company, all right? Otherwise, we are coming after you, man. We are coming after you.